Hello. Good afternoon. My name is Amara Odagu, and today on my channel, Abroad Eyes, Valencia Through My Eyes, I'll be taking you on the episode 2, things you need to know if you're trying to get your family reunion visa. Yes. So there is no way you can know everything in one short video. So you need to stay tuned and jot down if you need to. If you are going through this process, I tell you, you need to jot everything I'm saying here down, because I will get into the little details of everything you need to know and how you need to, the steps you need to take in order to get this family reunion visa. So yesterday, I don't know if you saw the video I posted previously. I spoke about the first step you need to take, which is getting your marriage certificate legalized by the Spanish embassy. If you haven't watched that video, what I'm about to say now may sound vague and confusing. So to do yourself good, go back, watch the video, and of course subscribe. What are you waiting for? Okay, we're back again, and now I would like to talk to all of you going through this process concerning your family reunion visa. I would like to tell you the next step after getting your marriage certificate legalized. When by the time you've gotten your marriage certificate legalized, that is just one step. Don't for one bit think that, oh, you have finally arrived. I'm sorry you haven't, but little by little you get there. So when finally you document you're supposed to submit for this legalization process number one, your original marriage certificate. Make sure it's from a state registry and not the federal registry. If it's from a federal registry, you have to pay an additional 15,000 for whatever it is. But I hear that if it's from a federal registry, you have to pay an additional 15,000. But if it's from a state registry, you just pay the regular sum of 60, 70, 80, as the case may be, depending on where you got married, what state you got married in. So getting back to the point, you get your original marriage certificate, number one, the photocopy of your original marriage certificate, number two. After that, you're going to get wedding photographs. This is very important. As I mentioned previously, this wedding photograph is important. If you got married, you don't have photographs, or you're not, you don't have it, or you don't know where you kept it, you need to go get it, because it's very important in this process. Number four, you have to get the photocopy of your data page, passport data page. That's for yourself and also your spouse who is resident in whatever country. Mine was resident in Spain, so I had to get his data page, his passport data page, and the photocopy of his resident permits. If your spouse does not have a resident permit, definitely he cannot file for you to come over. He needs to have his resident permits. You're going to get a photocopy of that, and also photocopy of your spouse old data page and new old passports and new passports. So what the passport he used before, the one he's currently using, probably expired. You need to get the photocopy of the data page of the old one and the photocopy of the data page of the new one. So I'm going to put everything I'm saying here in the description box below for you to just follow step by step on what I'm saying. When you get that, you submit it for your legalization. You pay the fees that you'll be, of course, informed of, and you leave the process to them to sort out why you soak your rosary inside water. So that everything will go everything will go better than planned. So I hear that some people's marriage certificate that they even misplace. So a lot of things can happen, but just pray that you don't fall into people that experience such. Okay, getting into today's episode, which is episode 2. Yay! Oh, we're talking about other documents that also needs legalization. Number 1, you need police character. You need to do police character. And police character is the only document you can do that needs the person that is filing. That's if it's you that want to relocate to get to Spain, it's you that will go and do that police character. You can't send somebody to do it for you. It's not allowed. So this police character is just an attestation of character, stating that you're not fraudulent, you've not committed any crime you're not committing any crime in Nigeria, and they'll take your fingerprints too, and it has to come from Alagbon, the police station in Alagbon. You go there, you pay. Okay, the first another dicey thing you have to know about this police character is that it expires after 3 months. It expires after 3 months, and because of this, it is better you don't do it immediately. I said earlier that I legalized my marriage certificate first, and I legalized only my marriage certificate and the photocopies because this police character expires. So I wanted to do it when it's closer to the time for filing my application for family reunion visa, in order that I don't have to do it the second time. This is a very dicey one, so pay attention. This police character it expires, and if care is not taken, you end up doing 2 or 3 times police character before the process is over. Remember that sometimes and stuff can be delayed. They might tell you come in the next 2 weeks, and when you come next week, is not available. So time is going. Before you know anything, your police character has expired. You need to go do a new one. They would not even listen to you if you're telling them, I did this thing with money. The police character I did it for the first one I did it for 17,000. 17,000 because the man collected the certificate, police character certificate for us, and had to send it to Abuja for accreditation. So it has to go through Ministry of, okay, I can't remember the ministry right now, but you have to take it to Abuja. And instead of you being the one to take it to Abuja, it's better that he takes it for you so that you don't stress, because they have other things that they are doing. They have other documents that they are also taking to Abuja. So it's not just your own. So I took it to Abuja and I got it legalized. I just want to show you guys the only place you can legalize that document is in Abuja. You cannot go to anywhere else to legalize it. So if you stay in Abuja, better for you. You can just go to the ministry and legalize it. Okay, that's it. So you just go to the registry. You go to the ministry, legalize. I'm going to put the details of the ministry you're supposed to go to legalize this in Abuja, yeah. And also you're going to pay some money. Nigerian things now, everything is money. You cannot go and do something without paying money. You will pay money for this legalization. When you go there, they said 1 page is supposed to be 3,000. That's what I heard. But if you go there, the security at the gate might tell you to pay up to 50,000. My sister happened to be going to Abuja at the time when I wanted to legalize my marriage certificate, because also your marriage certificate needs to go through that process. It needs to go to Abuja and get the stamp. So my sister happened to take my marriage certificate with her to Abuja, and when she got there, they told her to pay 50,000. That they don't accredit anything on Fridays, except she has to go and come back. And because she doesn't stay in Abuja, she just came for a short trip. She had to start begging, start rolling on the floor. As in, it took a while before the man now finally answered her and collected some of, okay, because we had to do the original document and the photocopy. She had to pay 6,000 for both. But what I hear is the original price you pay is actually 3,000. So, but it depends on who you meet. You know, this Nigeria and their corrupt practices, it's just everywhere. Anyway, so by the time you get your marriage certificate accredited in that ministry in Abuja, you have to try as much as possible to make sure that it's done well, because you might not be the one. I won't advise that you travel and go and do it yourself, because you're just going to be, stressing yourself, and there are other things that will stress you here in Lagos. So I would advise, if you have maybe a relative who can help you, or if you have a family friend or somebody that can help you. At some point, I had to use an Uber driver self to do it. I sent my documents through courier from airports, and I just told the man, because I have a family friend in Abuja, and she has children and all, so I didn't want to use her. I knew she won't have that time, so I decided to use that Uber driver. The guy was so down to earth, and he helped me. He took the documents to the place. They told him to come back for it. He went, chilled somewhere, came back, collected it. I had to pay him sharp, but I was happy he did a very good job. So you might want to know how come I did I went to Abuja several times. I had to go to Abuja several times because I did not know that you can actually accredit all these documents at once. Those are the things I'm talking about. There are some mistakes I made that I will not want the next person trying to relocate to make those mistakes. I had to go to Abuja to accredit things 2 times, 3 times, which was uncalled for. If I just did it once, I'd have just paid the fee, and I will not have to be paying different people to do it for me, which will be your own way. If you just listen to what I'm saying, you get to, cut away all these mistakes, take the tips with you, apply it, and voila, you have a very smooth ride. So that's police character. Once you have gone to Abuja and come back, and you have the stamp on it, okay, this is something like this. They will just sign. Somebody there will sign. This is the one that comes from the ministry. Somebody there will sign and put dates. Sign and put dates. The person must do it 2 times, not once. So just be sure that it's done appropriately. If you send somebody, tell the person to snap the picture and send to you, so that you don't have to stress yourself or have to do it again. Then when it gets back to you, that you have a police character. Remember, I said earlier that this police character should not be done so early because of it expires. There are also other documents that you need to do, which is your national population census. National population census. You need to do 2, because you're going to be doing that with for yourself and your husband, who will be in Spain. Or I'm talking about Spanish reunion, so he has to be in Spain. So if you do both, you have to get your husband's passport photograph. Then by the time you go to MPC is in Surulere. Yes, when you go to MPC, they are going to do it for you. Please and please, please, my fellow family. When you want to do all these things, right from the marriage registry, everything, your name is very important. The name you have on your certificate should tally with the name you are using for your national population census, your police character, and any other document that you'll be asked to submit. I know we ladies, we are actually bearing our father's name, so your surname will change. If your surname has changed to your husband's name, then please do change of name in a renowned newspaper. Try as much as possible to have that, and make sure your name there is no problem with your name. or maybe you have maybe another name that you brought from somewhere. It's not necessary. Anything that will make them suspect you or think that you're not the owner of the documents you're submitting, just farabale. Farabale, don't even try and complicate your matter. So at this for me, what I did while I was doing mine, because it also gave me an issue. I was always thinking, my husband will brainstorm and say, I don't know, because my name, of course, for my marriage certificate, it was Ume that I was bearing. And when I married, I started bearing Odago. So I was like, should I use the name on the marriage certificate, or I should use, I was confused. So at some point, and because there was nobody to ask. There was nobody you could ask, oh, please, how did you do your own? The people I was asking, they're just saying anything that you understand. So, but I just decided, I said, my husband actually told me that let me use Ume. Let it tally with my marriage certificate. So in the long run, by the time I'm now applying for the visa itself, I can now bring my change of name from the newspaper change of name that I've done and submit it to and do new passports showing that now is Udagu. I want the stamp. Is Udagu, the surname Udagu, because my old passport, which hadn't expired, was bearing Ume. So I now said, okay, let me do like that. So when I went to do my national population census, I had to use, at first, let me tell you another mistake I made. At first, I used Udagu. For my attestation of birth and also for my national population census. And my husband told me I should go back. By the way, I paid 12,000 naira for both my national population census and that of my husband. I paid 12K for that. I went there, I told them, CEO, I need it changed. The guy said I should pay additional 2,000 for it to change it. Just son name only. All the other documents are valid. So I had to pay additional 2,000 so that I will be Ome. So you don't have to make that mistake now. Then after that, the attestation of birth that you're going to be doing. Please and please, another mistake I made is that while I was doing my attestation of birth, you go to Ikeja under bridge. Now all those women that used to stay there and say, affidavit. All those women that used to be there. When you just come, they'll tell you, what do you want to do? You say, I want to do affidavit or attestation of birth. They say, okay, I know them. They'll just carry you, go one small your shop. When you get there, they will just tell you to write your name, write your address, write the name of your father, write the name of your mother, and some little details. They will just do German for you. My dear, the mistake I made is that I didn't realize on time that attestation of birth is not the person that has the attestation of birth that is supposed to attest. Because attestation of birth is like your birth certificate. But from once you pass the age of 18, you can do you can present your birth certificate. You have to present attestation of birth. So I of course have passed the age of 18, so I had to present attestation of birth. It is not me that will attest that I was born, because I don't know now. I don't know that I was born now. So it's maybe a senior sister, a senior brother, an uncle or father, a grandmother that will attest that I was born. And also somebody that seniors my husband will also attest that he was born. So, but me now, I did not know. I went to go and attest that, that I was born on so dates. So, and I put my what they call it. I had to put my passport as in photocopy. Sorry, not photocopy. Passport photograph, not data page, on the attested documents. By the time I got to the embassy, they look at me and say, no. So I had to go and do another thing again. It was not funny. I'm laughing now, but it was not funny because you're spending money, and for each document, I told you that for the MPC you're paying 12,000. If then I did correction, I paid additional 2,000. Then, of course, you spend transport going and coming, which is not included. Then also for the attestation of birth, the lady said 1.5. So for two of them, 3,000. So it's very important though. Anything you're doing, just calm down, do it, put your head in the game. Don't do it, let me just do fast so that we'll go and do other things. No, because mistakes can be made and you will spend money for it. So by the time you get your, please, another thing I would like to point out here is that whatever you're doing, make sure it's the High Court, Magistrate Court of Lagos State. And make sure it's notary public sworn affidavit. Don't go and do an affidavit that is not High Court. Oh. Don't do affidavit that is not, see how I'm shouting. Don't do affidavit that is not from High Court. Oh. Don't do affidavit that is not notary public. Oh. Any mistake you make, money will go. So I did it, and you have to get the passport photograph of the person, the senior person that is attesting to your birth, for yourself and for your husband. It's not the same person or two different people. They will attest, and also they will sign. There's a place where the declarant will sign that this person was born on so date. So all those for you have to get it done. For me, my brother-in-law stays in the same estate that I stay, so I just told him to snap himself. I worried the man that day. Told him, please snap yourself. I need picture. Then he sent it to me fast, and I went to print it from one of those places in Keja, and I got it. And my sister too. I just thought, oh yeah, that one. I know that she will always answer me sharp. So I told her, please send me your passport, and she said she already has one on her phone. So I had to get that, and I did the passport. That one I cleared it. Then I did the signature. Of course, by the time you print it, I can take it to them for them to sign. That one is not an issue. So that was how I got that done. I remember that the document MPC and declaration of age needs to go to Abuja. It needs to go to Abuja. There is no shortcut though. Two of them will go to Abuja, and that signature, those two signatures I showed you with date underneath, must be there for you to be accepted at the embassy. And also the embassy will still need to legalize it. So you pay an additional money for the legalization of this MPC and the National Population Commission stuff. This national population stating that you are born so time. Just make sure that everything that is written there is okay. Make sure your name is okay. Why any document you collect after they've done this national population census took 2 weeks. And another thing I would like to say is that when you get to Ikeja Under Bridge to do your attestation of birth, make sure that you don't get, confused. Because when you get there, they'll tell you, madam, you want travel? We'll go. I feel do your MPC for you. Now just 20,000. That's what they told me. I was this close to giving them money, let them go and do it. Me, I was like, I beg, this stress, I'm not up for it. And I spoke to my husband. My husband said, I should not even try it. I must go to everywhere that I do anything and do it. And I was happy that I listened to him. Because these people collect 20,000 from you. And eventually, by the time they bring back the listing, there will be mistake. Because you won't be there now. There will be mistake. Then you pay another additional money, because they don't even, in Nigeria, any mistake they do, even if they are fault, they won't answer you. That mistake, you must pay for it. So I had to go to MPC in Surulere. The day I went there, the place was a mess. It rained, so I swam into the compound. I'm not joking. But at least I was able to do what I came there to do. And I got my documents. But another thing I have to tell you is I got one document, 6,000. These people want to collect 20K for one document. 20. Just look at the margin. Even if you want to even make profits, calm down now. this one is too much. So by the time I got, so that's another thing you have to be mindful of. Try as much as possible to do in fact, all your documents, try as much as possible to do them yourself. Don't come and be saying, oh, let me just give this person. After all, it's not the same thing. It's not the same thing, no. People do, in fact, Nigeria, I don't know. People will just come on the streets and want to make fast money. And because of that, they are misbehaving. They even do rubbish for you and bring and tell you take. Tomorrow when you go there, you won't see them again. So it's better you go there, go and do it by yourself. Go do it by yourself. Oh. So I did it by myself. I had that sorted out. Another document you will need is your medical. So after you have done the legalization, remember that this NPC and the National Population Census documents needs to be legalized also. So you pay additional 3,000 because you're legalizing the original document and the photocopy. Original document and photocopy for yourself and your husband. So that's 4. So you're going to count like 3,000 into 4 places and pay them for them to legalize. Legalization takes like, they just say you come next Thursday and collect it. It doesn't take long. You get your legalized documents. So I want to take this thing step by step so that you get where I'm coming from. So this police character that you're going to be doing, when you want to present it to Spanish embassy, of course, you need number one, your fingerprints. Make sure they do fingerprints for you, current international passport and photocopy of a data page, your husband's residence card and photocopy. Then there's something that they call, of course, your husband should know the remaining documents, emparemento for the last 12 months, and vida laboral. But your husband should understand this. Then, okay, I've talked about attestation of birth. You get that done by somebody that is senior to you. It's the person that will bring that one. Your medical is another thing that you need to get, and it's better you get your medical because you can do it in any government approved hospital. They accept only government approved hospitals. They will not collect if you go to private hospital because they don't know if you pay the private hospital to say that you're good. So you need to just get it from closest one, and you know that is in VI. Kofabayami is in VI. That's where Spanish embassy is. So whatever you want to do, try and do it within that place, so that if there's any mistake, you can easily go back there. Remember, you have 2 hours for you to be able to access that embassy. Anything that is short of that, you can't enter there again. So if there's a mistake and they say, go and correct this thing, you need to correct, you can go there and go and do it and come back and still, complete what the thing you set to achieve for that day. This is my own Lagos State. This is Lagos State Government General Hospital, Lagos Order. That's the one inside Lagos Island. I had to go there to do this. But before I did this, all those people that used to stand in the embassy, they came to meet me and said, sister, you want to travel? I'll be okay. Have you done your medical? Have you done this? Have you done that? I told them that no, I've not done my medical. And they told me, that I should bring, how much did the guy tell me to? He said I should bring 15,000. I should bring 15,000 that he will help me do my medical. And I said, okay, but where am I going to follow you to so that they will, so that they will collect my blood, or at least to do medical is not to remove blood. The guy said, no problem. That he has contacts in the place, that he will do it for me. I said, how do you do medical without knowing, without collecting blood sample or stuff to even attest that this person is so? I did not. I told my husband said, I should not even listen to them. So I don't have to go to where they call it, the order to go and do it. By the time I got to order, I met with a man. That time, Corona has not started, so there was no fear of contacting anything. I met a man. The man told me, "What do I want to use it for?" I told him I want to use it to travel. He said, "Okay, no problem. That's all good. I should bring. How much did he tell me to even give him? He said 5,000. Yes, he said I should bring 5,000. That's the amount they pay." And I told him, okay, I didn't even have cash on me that day. And I told him, should I transfer? I said, no, that is cash they collect. I said, okay. I just went outside, opposite, you see ATM, withdraw, give them. They'll ask you for your name, ask you for your genotype and your blood group. You submit all those ones, and they'll tell you, oh, cool stuff. But what I'll tell you, if you go there, in fact, the day before I went there, I went to collect my police character from my guy, the policeman, who was awesome. The guy did a good job for me. Yes. And he told me, I should go there early in the morning. The people used to fool there, general hospital. I said, eh. He said, don't eat, because they will collect blood. They don't want you to eat. I said, okay. By the time I got there, fam, the man just told me, I was not saying, okay, so, by the time I gave him the 5K, he just said, do I know my genotype and my blood group? I said, sure. He said I should write it on a piece of paper with my name, the way I want it to appear on the document. I said, okay. So I I gave it to him. I was expecting for him to tell me, yeah, come, let's collect blood. The guy did not even tell me nada. The guy just went there. In the next, 15 minutes, he came out with this paper stating that I'm not a carrier of any disease. But another thing I want to draw to your attention, very important. This made me do my medical. Okay, not really it that made me do my medical. My medical expired, so I had to do it 2 times. But this general hospital, other people can be very funny. All they care about is money. There is money. They don't even care about doing a good job. This thing here, there's something they write here. At the end of the document, they will say, she's not a carrier of any contagious disease that is dangerous to public health in accordance with international health rules of 2005. That line, that's all Spanish embassy want to see. Any other thing you're talking, whether you're AA or you're no AA, it's not their business. If you don't have that, they would not accept it. You go back and go and do another one. So by the time my medical document expired, they called me to do another medical document. When I went there, I didn't even take notes that what they gave me did not have that short sentence. So I just carried it. The one they gave me the new one they gave me was that it ended with her other laboratory investigations are within normal limits and show evidence of successful vaccination. That's where my own ended. Instead of ending with in accordance with international health rules of 2005. So they told me that there's something I want to tell them. I must go and bring that one that corresponds. Hey, I was pissed. And to think that when I went back there and told the woman that she did not do the right thing, she said, it was later that she found out that she did not do the right thing, that sorry. And I said, please, I need to get back to the embassy that she should help me correct it. She helped me correct this thing and started telling me that I have to pay her money. I said, pay you money for what? It's not your job. How can I pay you for your job? She said, no, that I know that it's not easy. And she has plenty of things she's doing. She decided to answer me. I was pissed. But because of God, I just gave her 500 naira. I was like, why? Why are you people like this? And that was how I was able to correct that. So now that you're listening to me, you can just understand these things, those mistakes are really critical. I made them and I don't want you to make them. They're really critical. I will want you not to make any mistake at all. Just get everything sorted out. So when you get your medical does not need to go through any ministry for accreditation. There's nothing like that. Medical is medical. The only thing that will go through that process is your police character. The police character must go through that process. So this medical, once you get it, you have gotten it. You don't need any problem. You don't have any problem again. But your police character will need to go through that. That's for sure. And remember, this police character is very important to me. I did my police character 2 times because my one expired. It expired. I had to go again, go and tell the man. But the man was nice to me. When I came next time, he said, okay, since I've done it before, let him remove money for me. So he had to remove money for me, and I did it again. But no, notwithstanding, the process is, you just have to, timing is key here. If you know that this police character, you're not ready to submit yet to file for this application, to get the application for visa, don't do police character yet. Do police character when it's almost time for you to get your, when you need to apply. That's when you do your police character. Don't do it before that. I know that most of us will just want to get all our documents on the table and now go, this process doesn't work like that. Just try as much as possible to get each document as at when needed, when you're going to the embassy again to get application. So I hope you have learned 1 or 2 from this second episode. Yes, I hope you've learned how it works, especially coming from Nigeria. If you follow these steps, I promise you, you're not going to have any need to complain or to regret. You're going to have everything go smoothly. Just pay attention to all the mistakes I said I made and do not make yours. I hope you've learned. Fam, have you subscribed yet to my channel? If you haven't, you are missing. Because even if you don't need this information, there is 1 or 2 people out there that you know that will need this information. So do well to subscribe, share this video, and tag your friends to subscribe. Thank you for listening to Abroad Eyes, Valencia Through My Eyes. This is how it all started.